Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blu-ray review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Powerhouse Films Indicator Series Limited Edition Blu-ray box set titled William Castle at Columbia Volume 1. And this is a set that I picked up a few months ago, just right after it went out of print from the Powerhouse Films website, and just out of print in general. You can still probably find this online somewhere, whether it be Amazon UK or on eBay, but it's probably going to start getting really pricey, and I got it for Christmas for myself. But for those of you who are not familiar with Powerhouse Films or the Indicator series or any of their limited editions or just their editions in general, they are fastly rising up to become a favorite amongst movie collectors because their sets and their releases are so fantastic. The biggest issue when it comes to collecting them is they can get a little expensive because if you're over here in the United States, like I am, you have to import them and the shipping fees can get rather expensive. But it's kind of well worth it because the sets themselves are so fantastic. And this set here, I think, is really fantastic. And I was really pleasantly surprised by what I got out of this set. So, first up here, let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see in the front, it has a list of all of the films on this kind of cardboard ribbon, if you will. And I really love the cardboard ribbon. I know it's just me. Some people get rid of them. I absolutely love them. But you see all the movies in front. It says William Castle at Columbia, Volume 1. Those of you who don't know who William Castle is, I highly recommend looking him up. But I'll give you a brief kind of rundown about who William Castle was. William Castle was a director of kind of B-movie, entertaining, horror, suspense films, and he was, kind of, this is kind of a negative thing to say, but he's kind of like a reduced version or a cheaper version of Alfred Hitchcock in the sense of the movies he was making are very Hitchcockian in kind of the suspense and the macabre of it and the grotesqueness and just kind of like pushing the envelope in terms of trying to entertain audiences, frighten audiences and stuff like that. He was also known as the king of the gimmicks, and we'll get into a lot of the gimmicks that were done for all of his movies, and specifically these movies here. I know him specifically because the filmmaker John Waters is just one of my favorite people in movies of all time, and he's a huge fan of his, and he mentioned him in his stand-up This Filthy World from 2006, so I've been a big fan of William Castle kind of just by him mentioning him and him being a big fan. So William Castle said, this ribbon comes off here, and on the back here is a look at all of the individual releases in the set, as well as the numbering. This is number 2220 of 6,000. These sets are limited. All of their limited edition sets are indeed limited. Sometimes some companies like to put that moniker on them just to sell their stuff or make them more appetizing to sell. But no, when it comes to Powerhouse Films and the Indicator series, they actually are limited. And once they go out of print, like I said, they can become very expensive. On the side here is just another logo of William Castle. And then on the other side here it says, when the screen screams, you'll scream too if you value your life. William Castle was just a great seller of his films, a great marketer of his films. Below that ribbon is another piece of artwork. This is from one of the films in the set, and on the back is a list of all of the details. And what I love about the Indicator series is their releases, for the most part, at least the ones that I've gotten, are just chock full of so many fascinating special features, educational special features. So let's take a look on the back here very quickly. So here's a list of, as you can see, all the special features. This is a compilation list of everything on this 4-film release, and I'll go into all of the individual special features that are on each and every release, and let's take a look inside. On the side, you get each individual movie in its own case. Each individual movie is numbered, which is also really cool. So let's take a look at the first film, which is one that I had been waiting years to watch. And this is one that is probably the best in the set, for me at least, and that is the Tingler. These also have reversible cover arts as well, so I'll show you them too. And here's the cover for the Tingler. Here's the back of the Tingler. Can you take when the Tingler breaks loose? So, what's really cool about this movie is that, like I said, William Castle was the king of the gimmicks, and what he did is that in some theaters, not all theaters that were capable of doing this, but many theaters, is he would have something called Percepto. And Percepto was this little kind of buzzer thing, or this little kind of zapper type thing that they would attach to some of the seats. So every time, the Tingler, if you will, would take over someone or get in someone, they would kind of zap the audience or something like that. And it was really a whole lot of fun, and it's really just fascinating that they were allowed to do gimmicky stuff like that back then. So let's get into the special features. First up here is a high definition remaster, original mono audio, alternate feature audio with stereo scream sequence, alternate feature audio with drive-in headlight sequence, fully restored bathroom scene scanned in 4K from a rare 35mm print, audio commentary with Kevin Lyons, editor of the Encyclopedia of Fantastic Film and Television, and Jonathan Rigby, author of American Gothic, 6 Decades of Classic Horror Cinema. Imaginary Biology from 2018, which runs 17 minutes long. A New Appreciation by Kim Newman, critic and author of Nightmare Movies. I Survived the Tingler from 2018, which runs 4 minutes. An interview with actor Pamela Lincoln, Unleashing Percepto, which runs 3 minutes long. An interview with publicist Barry Laurie. Scream for Your Lives, William Castle and the Tingler from 1999, which runs 16 minutes, which is a documentary featuring interviews with actor Darrell Hickman, archivist Bob Burns, author Lucy Chase Williams, and film historian David Skal. Isolated music and effects track, theater lobby spot, from 1959 that runs 3 minutes long, promotional recording featuring Vincent Price, original theatrical trailer, Joe Dante trailer commentary, a short critical appreciation, promotional materials, gallery, stills, lobby cards and posters, Percepto instruction manual, gallery of the original installation guide, new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, limited edition 40-page exclusive booklet with new essays by Kat Ellinger and Michael Hyatt, William Castle on the Tingler, promotional materials, contemporary reviews, and film credits. This is its UK premiere on Blu-ray. This movie is a whole lot of fun. All of these movies, I would say, are a lot of fun. And that is kind of, I would say, the big overarching moniker for all the William Castle stuff that I've seen so far, is that they are a whole lot of fun and they are entertaining. They are, of course, dated. And so don't expect any type of modern, special effects or anything really like that. There are a lot of dated, low-budget type stuff going on here, but it's really very effective. So opening it up here, you get the disc as well as a rather hefty booklet. What I really love about these limited editions, and the reason why to get these limited editions are for the booklet. So here is the disc, which has the great Vincent Price on it. Vincent Price plays like a doctor in this film who kind of discovers the idea of these Tingler creatures, and they look like giant parasite ants type things. They're really kind of phony and rubber looking. They barely move. Here is the booklet. Here's the cover. Here is the back. And like I said, lots of reading material here. Here's the essay by Kat Ellinger. It says, Domestic Disturbance, Sadism, Violence, and the Family in the Films of William Castle. So, very cool. And here is the reversible cover art as well on the inside. It says, to all members of the press, warning, disclaimer of liability. You are urged not to see the William Castle production The Tingler at the Academy Award Theater Tuesday, July 31st. If you are excitable or have any physical or nervous condition requiring you to remain calm as if sudden fright might cause you to injure yourself or others, the producer, Columbia Pictures Corporation, and the theater shows this picture disclaim all liability for any injuries occurred to you which result from a tingling sensation in your spine while you are witnessing this picture. If you view this film, you must expect the unexpected from Percepto, a new theater technique, and must assume all risks. Next up here is 13 Ghosts. Yes, I believe that the 2001 film starring Tony Shalhoub is a remake of this film here. So that's kind of an interesting fact to know of. So this also has reversible cover as well, but we'll get to that. But let's take a look on the back at all of the special features. So here are all the special features. And as you can see, it is quite extensive. Don't worry if you can't quite see it too well because of the always focused issues I'm having. I will read them all off. Those special features are a high-definition remaster, alternative feature presentations, the original Illusion O version. So Illusion O version is the way in which, like I said, king of the gimmicks, the way in which this film was kind of watched back in the theater is that you were given this Illusional type card thing where it had blue and red strips in it, and depending on the scene, you would look through the red or blue strips if you wanted to see the ghosts come on the screen or not. Basically, he gave you a choice whether, you would chicken out and just view the screen regularly, or you would look through the other one and you would see the ghosts. So we have the original Illusion O version, which runs 85 minutes, and the original black and white version, which runs 83 minutes. The on-disc Ghost Viewer options. Yeah, the Ghost Viewer, that's what that thing was called. Original mono audio, a Spine Tingler, the William Castle story, which was from 2007 and runs 82 minutes long. Jeffrey Schwartz's acclaimed documentary featuring interviews with John Landis, Joe Dante, Roger Corman, Stuart Gordon, Leonard Maltin, Bud Bedecker, Bob Burns, and John Waters, among others. Spine Tingler, audio commentary with Jeffrey Schwartz and Terry Castle. Larger Than Life, the making of Spine Tingler, 2011, which runs 9 minutes long. Stephen Laws introduces 13 Ghosts from 2018, which runs 13 minutes long, which is a personal appreciation by the acclaimed horror author. The Magic of Illusion O from 2001, which runs 8 minutes long. Archivist Bob Burns and filmmakers Michael Schlesinger and Fred Olin Ray discussed the film. Isolated music and effects track, theater lobby spot, promotional recording originally played in cinema foyers. Original theatrical trailer, Sam Hamm trailer commentary, a short critical appreciation, image gallery, promotional on-set photography, poster art, archive materials, new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and limited edition 36-page exclusive booklet with new essay by Dan Whitehead, William Castle on 13 Ghosts, contemporary reviews, and film credits. And this is also the UK premiere on Blu-ray of the film. So let's take a look on the inside. Once again, we get a rather thick booklet, and we also get the disc. And that is William Castle himself. And what is also really cool is that William Castle would do like these really short intros to the film to kind of like, lead people into the film and kind of warn them about the film. Very Alfred Hitchcock-like when he did his Alfred Hitchcock Presents television series around the same time as this, where he would introduce each of those episodes in kind of a fun and unique way. So he was definitely taking from the Alfred Hitchcock playbook on that. Here is the rather thick booklet. Here's the front of it, and here's that back of it that you just saw. Once again, just chock full of reading material. Really good glossy paper too on these. This isn't regular like book print paper or anything like that. They almost feel very glossy, like photographs in your hand. Here's the look at the reversible cover. I think all the home entertainment versions were all done without needing that Illusional glasses or anything like that, which I thought was really, really cool because you could definitely tell how really effective the effect was on screen. And what is kind of cool is that the plot in the film kind of plays into that in the sense that the family that moves into this haunted house, if you will, the way in which they're able to see the ghost is by putting on these kind of like ghost viewing goggles. So when they put them on and you get kind of a POV shot of what they are seeing, you're seeing what they're seeing through their eyes. It's a really cool effect. It makes the film really entertaining, and it also gives the film a sense of like color and sense of flair to it because the film is in black and white, and I thought that was a really cool effect, made it very vibrant. And next up is the film Homicidal. And the gimmick that he had for this film is that there was a fright break. Right before kind of the climax of the film, there would be like a minute-long fright break where William Castle would have a clock show up on screen, and there would be, I believe, a voiceover. I can't remember. I think there was a voiceover of him basically telling people, if you want to leave the theater, now is the time. But if you do leave the theater, they actually had a cardboard, like, sectioned-off place in the lobby of the movie theater that you had to stand in called Coward's Corner, so that every time people would leave the theater, they would see the people in Coward's Corner and they would kind of make fun of them. I guess that was the idea. I don't know if people actually left the theater, and to be honest, the climax of the movie isn't quite that frightening, but I really like that idea of kind of, playing with the audience. So here's the front. Let's take a look on the back when it comes to the special features. And as you can see here, there are less special features than in the previous films. A picture with a fright break. So the special features are a high-definition remaster, original mono audio, audio commentary with author and film historian Lee Gambin. Stephen Laws introduces Homicidal, which runs 8 minutes long, which is a personal appreciation by the acclaimed horror author. Psychet, William Castle, and Homicidal from 2002 that runs 8 minutes long. Archivist Bob Burns and filmmakers David Del Valle, Michael Schlesinger, and Fred Olen Ray discuss the film. Ballyhoo from 2018, which runs 4 minutes long, which film historian Bob Thomas recalls the time he interviewed Castle. A Youngstown, Ohio premiere from 1961, which runs 5 minutes long. Original promotional reel in which Castle interviews attendees of the film's premiere. Isolated music and effects track, original theatrical trailer, image gallery, promotional and on-set photography, poster art, and archival materials. New and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Limited edition 36-page exclusive booklet with new essay by Rebecca Nicole Williams, William Castle on Homicidal, promotional material, contemporary reviews, and film credits. And this is also the UK premiere on Blu-ray. Let's take a look inside and get that booklet, which is a really macabre cover here, and also the disc of Homicidal. There you go. So here's the booklet, front and the back, like I just showed you. And yeah, that's a hell of an image there. And here is what the reversible cover art looks like. Just a correction when it came to the Tingler, the way in which the Percepto worked is that every time a scream occurred in the movie, that is when the buzzers would go off. Next up here is Mr. Sardonicus. And the kind of gimmick with this film is basically people would vote at the end of the movie whether to have kind of a positive ending or a negative ending. And the ending was actually always done with the negative ending, the pessimistic ending, the downward ending, and they actually never filmed the positive ending for this movie. So it was a gimmick that was kind of there just to make the audiences feel as if they were participating, but they probably weren't actually participating in the outcome of the movie. And they were given these pieces of paper with thumbs up or thumbs down, and that is kind of how they voted. But here is the cover, and let's take a look at the back of all the special features. And the special features are a high-definition remaster, original mono audio, audio commentary with Daughters of Darkness's Sam Deegan and Kat Ellinger, Gothic Castle, which was from 2018, it ran 28 minutes long, a critical analysis by Jonathan Rigby, author of American Gothic's 6 Decades of Classic Horror Cinema, a punishment poll, which I guess is what that final poll was, whether you want the positive or negative ending of the movie, an interview with publicist Richard Kahn, Taking the Punishment Poll, 2002, which runs 8 minutes long, archivist Bob Burns and filmmakers David Del Valle, Michael Schlesinger, and Fred Olen Ray discuss the film. Isolated music and effects track, original theatrical trailer, Stuart Gordon trailer commentary, a short critical appreciation, image gallery, promotional, on-the-set photography, poster art, and archive materials, new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, limited edition 36-page exclusive booklet with a new essay by Josephine Boding, William Castle on Mr. Sardonicus, a look at the marketing of the film, a profile of writer Ray Russell, contemporary reviews, and film credits. And this is also the UK premiere on Blu-ray. So, let's look inside, and once again, kind of a cool booklet and the disc itself. Here's the front of the booklet. Here is the back of the booklet. Here is a look on the inner artwork, and I found myself kind of rather enjoying Mr. Sardonicus. I would still say Homicidal is probably the weakest film in this set, and I would say Mr. Sardonicus is perhaps the second weakest. If I was ranking them, I would definitely put The Tingler, and then 13 Ghosts, then Mr. Sardonicus, and then Homicidal. That would be the way I would rank these films. But what I really like about Mr. Sardonicus is its gothic feel. Yeah, I believe it was a bit of a period piece as well, but they kind of took a lot of liberties with the certain period medical stuff that they used in the movie, and it's a very gothic, very interesting, has a lot of backstory. Most of the movie is kind of told in like really long backstory and stuff. What I really love about all of these films is that they are rather short. These films don't have really long run times. The longest film is actually Mr. Sardonicus, which runs 90 minutes. The Tingler is 82 minutes long. 13 Ghosts is 85 minutes long. Homicidal is 88 minutes long. So these films are rather short, which I think leads to their watchability. Even though, like I said, they are lower budgeted films for the time. You could say they are B-movies, for the lack of a better term. But they are, like I said, very fun B-movies. So that is the entire set. There is a volume 2, which I definitely want to get my hands on very, very soon, because I want as many William Castle movies as I can possibly have in my collection, because I find them, like I said, so entertaining. So that is it from me. This is another Blu-ray review. If you like this video, please check out the other videos on my channel, as well as subscribing.